Hi, I'm David Shenk, author of The Immortal Game, A History of Chess. This book dives into the deep history and intellectual majesty of the world's most influential game, an extraordinary 1,500 years, stretching from ancient Persia and the Islamic Empire through medieval Europe, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and into the 21st century. This elegant board game has influenced mathematics and logic, social and political dynamics, and actually helped create the fields of cognitive science and artificial intelligence. It's also just an amazing game that can appeal equally to 5-year-olds and 50-year-olds, can be picked up in a few minutes, but can fascinate and frustrate people for a lifetime. Benjamin Franklin was devoted to chess, as was William the Conqueror, King Montezuma, Napoleon, and Karl Marx. Chess is the surprisingly ubiquitous thread that connects Pope Leo XIII to Arnold Schwarzenegger, to King Edward I, to George Bernard Shaw, to Abraham Lincoln, to Ivan the Terrible, to Voltaire, to Willie Nelson, to Woody Allen, to Norman Schwarzkopf, to my editor Bill Thomas, of course, who has boasted that he can checkmate anyone in sales in less than 20 moves. One of the characters in my book is the great 19th century French chess champion Samuel Rosenthal, who dominated chess play in Paris for several decades. He gave lessons to Prince Napoleon, one of Napoleon Bonaparte's nephews, and gave mesmerizing blindfold and simultaneous demonstrations. He even managed to beat Wilhelm Steinitz, that era's invincible world chess champion. Samuel Rosenthal was my great-great-grandfather. Needless to say, he did not pass his chess genius on to me. A small part of this book is about my own struggle to become more than a novice and the rigorous study that entails. Another thing we do in the book is take the reader through one complete game, a very famous game played in London in 1851 between two of the best players in the world. This was a casual contest played on a break during a major international tournament. It was short, informal, and untimed, and wasn't supposed to matter at all, but turned out to become one of the most important and most studied games in history. Shortly after the game ended, people started telegraphing it all around the world for publication and analysis. They called it the Immortal Game, and indeed, the fascination is still strong a century and a half later. At the end of every chapter, I bring the reader back to the Immortal Game and go through a few more moves, using that great narrative as a way to walk through some of the basic principles of chess. I think just about everyone reading this book will be surprised by the game's historical importance, the role it played in so many different eras and cultures, how useful it was time and time again as a thought tool. But on top of all the ideas in this book about infinity and geometry and memory and metaphor, I hope you'll also think it's just a fun read. Anyone who enjoys Davis Sobel or Jared Diamond will, I hope, really like this book. Beyond the history audience, it's also aimed, of course, at anyone with even a casual interest in chess. And I'm hopeful we can ride the wave of the game's popular resurgence. Chess sets are selling faster than ever, and the game has been embraced by celebrities and is finding a real foothold in our schools. We're going to have a lot of fun promoting this book, raffling off some beautiful chess sets and drawing people to a great website where they can look at famous games and even play live games against your humble author. Let's not focus on how many chess games I will lose in public, how many blunders I will make. Let's think instead about how every one of those losses will encourage a budding young chess enthusiast. Anyway, thanks for all your help, and I hope you like the book.